So obviously it's a gorgeous car. It's lovely to see it. It's one of my hero cars as a kid. But why is this one in the collection?
This one is the halfway point in the M5 evolution. Here we have one of the fan favorites in the collection, the E39 M5 from 2000. It is one of the cars that people just love from a design standpoint and from a technical standpoint.
The thing that fascinates me with it is the V8.
Yes.
Because it was, from an American perspective, as this market car, a V8 was a big step.
Perfect,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the lineage of the M5, the first one was basically the engine from the M1.
Yeah.
It was very much an evolution. Then the E34 was a further evolution. But then when it came to this car, the inline six, 3.5 liter just couldn't cut it for the performance that was needed. And certainly from the US perspective, we really wanted the V8.
Well, I remember talking to the guys at M about this. There was a lot of contention internally as to whether to even do this car at all, because there was the 540 and it was so good.
Right.
And did they really need another V8?
And that was a resounding no.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't.
Right, so this car came out 400 horsepower, made it to a 6-speed manual transmission only, and handling that was just sublime. In the enthusiast cars, definitely manuals are still important,
sure,
I would say, in this market. And it's about interaction with the car. Mm-hmm. You know, an automatic car, you can just get in and drive to work without thinking about driving. Whereas in this car, you're always actively engaged in the driving process. And it was something that people still love today.
And it was manual only?
Manual only for its entire life cycle, exactly.
Really? Okay. I thought there would have been an auto option because of the V8 540.
If you want the real deal,
yeah,
this is it.
Yeah.
Some of the suspension things that we were able to do in 2000 made the ride better on the road, but also if you were on the track or at high speeds on the Autobahn, it was able to handle that as well. We know that our competitors in the luxury sports sedan market have all used this car as the benchmark. This one is quite subdued. It does have a larger front air dam here and a huge intake on the bottom, but that was necessary for the radiator, for cooling, for the engine.
I'll tell you a little story on this one, actually. So I was talking to the two designers on it. Joji Nagashima, you're probably aware, was the designer of the Z3 as well. And the designer of the M5 version of it was Marcus Searing. I was talking to Marcus about how he did this car, which will be obviously front fascia and wheels and things like that.
Right.
What he learned to do as he was designing the M cars was he would start tracing and trying to draw the way Joji would have drawn the original. Oh. So he would take some of the original sketch work and start reworking his own. And you can see a similarity in the styles. And he said, the thing that people don't see about this car is in plan form, when you look down at it, it's almost really rounded car. And I was talking to Marcus, he said, yeah, that was what I had to pick up on, was everybody thinks of these things have been really strong and angular, but he was looking at how he was drawing and tracing the radii from his work to match that. It looks so integrated that you don't realize that two different designers created the base car and the M5 version of it. But it was always the game in those days. For those that were the enthusiasts, they could know, they could spot the bumpers, they could spot the mirrors. As a kid growing up, this is what you'd look for, was these tiny little differences, and then you feel that you are super knowledgeable. And
there is a little M5 logo on the rub strip there, but that's subtle as well.
Totally.
Yeah, everything about the car was subtle, except its performance. And one of the things that differentiates an M5 from the rear are the 4 tailpipes.
I remember the first time I saw that, and it looked like a jet fighter, to see 4 pipes on the back of the car. Incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one thing we should talk about with this car is that it's no longer a race homologation car like the cars we looked at in the last 2 episodes, the M1 and the CSL. This car was designed to be a high-performance car for the street, period.
Yeah, a high-performance luxury car that's not intended to have a beating racing heart. It's for a more sophisticated time, more sophisticated customer, I guess, in terms of what they would use it for.
You could take 3 people with you to lunch, and they would never know that they were in a car that was Italian supercar beating. Yeah. The manual transmission is kind of a giveaway, but save for that, then it is truly a great 5 Series when you want it to be, and the supercar when you really want. And The challenge was coming up with the V8 engine and what should be the engine in this car. The advantage of the V8 is that it's more compact than the 6,
Yeah.
so it fits better, and BMW M came up with an amazing engine for this car. I think we need to have a look at the engine because it's an important piece of the story. Yes, there it is. S62 V8, 400 horsepower.
And that's where you see the compactness of the V configuration there versus a long 6 there.
Yeah.
The twin air intakes, I assume, is because it's got individual throttle bodies.
It does have individual throttle
Because that
bodies,
was
right?
very much an important thing to M at the time.
Yes, very much so.
For throttle response.
Yes.
And this is one of the things that was big to them in terms of differentiation to the regular car was the expectation the customer would rev it high.
Yes.
And so that needed the throttle response.
I believe the red line 6,600 RPM, which was really good at that time.
Sure.
The engine from this car, the S62, was used in racing, especially here at IMSA
Right.
and Grand Am over the years. It turned into a pretty darn good racing engine, but that's not what its purpose was.
Right. The thing that I remember one of the guys telling me is they had to fight for all of this with the sort of the cost accounting side of it. Is the expectation is the M owner will open the hood, show his friends, look at
Without a doubt.
you know, and so as a consequence,
Yeah.
it was important to have this stuff.
So let's get in the car. Some nice, comfortable leather seats.
I love it.
The smell of the leather, yes.
The leather.
But yes, everything as a driver is right there. We're starting to get steering wheel controls, which is
That's a good point,
something that was new around
And a
that era.
telephone button.
We were one of the first to integrate car phones into the car. It was fully integrated into the speakers of the car and everything.
You totally feel that it's not so much intimidating, but it's sporty
And purposeful.
and refined. It's an interesting combination. You sense it instantly that it's a grown-up car, you know? And it's great to see a stick shift, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
The Germans would let you have in those days as a cup holder,
Yeah,
which was
exactly.
a very minimalist cup holder.
And then in the instrument cluster, it had special instruments for the M5. And you can see that the red line is set by the temperature of the engine. So when the engine's cold, your red line is
Red line's
much
lower.
lower. Exactly.
What should I look forward to take this car out on the track with? What will I experience?
You will experience balance, high performance, and just an immediate feel of comfort driving it fairly hard. So it's a car that makes you very comfortable very quickly.
Well, we've only leapt forward 30 years here.
Yes.
That's a whole generation.
To me, this car feels completely modern, and the only thing that gives it up is the NAS.
Display. It's 30 years old, the design cut.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel it.
No, it doesn't.
And come and get a kick out. Obviously, it's a gorgeous car. It's lovely to see it. It's one of my hero cars as a kid. But I've got to ask you, why is this one in the collection?
This one was actually an engineering car.
Oh, really?
It was very close to production.
So it's a pre-series car.
It was pre-series. It's been upfitted to final production spec, and then we've had it in the collection since it was given to us by the engineering department.
So to me, it's the modern era has begun when I look at this. It's super comfortable, knows what it is sort of car. It's sophisticated. It's understanding its customer. M is understanding what its customers want. It's designed as its own entity. It's very much a car of its time and of its people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we had a chance to review this car in one of these episodes because I think it's a really important car in the history of A, BMW, B, BMW North America, and C, BMW M. It fits all three of those, and it will be loved going forward into the future.